on Thursday. Mr. Shuleye explained that the rehabilitation done at the 60,000 barrel per day refinery and Warri refinery was not the typical turnaround maintenance of the past, but a comprehensive overhaul designed to meet global standards at the second Port Harcourt and Kaduna refineries, adding that the NNPC was committed to enhancing and maintaining the refineries to global standards for sustainable operations. The Nigerian Civil Aviation (CAA) says with its enhanced security surveillance, the Nigerian airspace has become safer. The Acting Director General of the agency, Captain Chris Najamo, said this at the corporate headquarters of the authority in Abuja. Captain Najamo explained that the renewed Hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu and the five key points agenda of the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Barrister Festus Keyamo, the authority have been able to perform better. Request that the authority will do everything possible to ensure that airlines comply with the laid down rules and regulations. Nigerians have been advised against making negative comments and confessions about the country. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, gave the advice in Ado-Ekiti at the 2025 Interfaith Thanksgiving service held on Thursday. The governor stressed as was on the path of recovery and prosperity, emphasizing that people should make positive confessions about Nigeria because there is power in the tongue. He appealed to fellow compatriots to support President Bola Tinubu in his determination to achieve a positive turnaround in the fortunes of the nation. The state governor, however, assured the people of the state that he would continue to serve them with his strength. In the meantime, the Ondo State Governor, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, has restated his administration's commitment to prioritizing the overall welfare and interest of the people of the state. Governor Ayedatiwa stated this on at the 2025 First Working Day Prayer Meeting held at the governor's office in Akure. The governor, who said his administration would continue to operate an inclusive, transparent, and accountable system, advised public servants and political office holders to remain loyal and committed to the vision of a vibrant Ayedatiwa also announced plans for a retreat for top government officials and top public servants to align their efforts with his administration goals. Your after 6-hour-long standoff, security, South Korea police have called off an attempt to arrest Senate President Yoon Suk Yeol. The military and Mr. Yoon's service officers formed a human wall and used vehicles to block the arrest team's path. Mr. Yoon is under investigation for abusing his power and inciting an insurrection when he tried to impose martial law in early December. The move, although short-lived, led to a political crisis as he was impeached by an opposition-led parliament and suspended from office. The Seoul court issued a warrant for his arrest early this week after he ignored three summons for him to appear for questioning. If they had been successful, Mr. Yoon would have become the first sitting president to be arrested in South Korea's history. The United States President, Mr. Joe Biden, has decided upon still. President Biden is expected to announce his decision to scuttle the $14.9 billion sale to national security on national security grounds this Friday. Mr. Biden's decision comes after the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States last month failed to reach a consensus on the possible national security risks on the deal, and just weeks before he hands control of the White House to the president-elect, Mr. Donald Trump. President Biden had been widely expected to block the sale of the Pittsburgh-based steelmaker to Japan's largest steel producer after opposing the proposal during his ill-fated re-election campaign. Mr. Trump, who takes office on January 28th, also opposed the deal, describing the proposed sale as a horrible thing. The French and German foreign ministers have arrived in Damascus to meet Syria's new rulers, marking the first trip to the top European Union officials to the country since the fall of former President Bashar al-Assad last month. Germany's Annalena Baerbock and France's Jean-Noel Barrot will hold talks with Syria's de facto leader Ahmed al-Sharaa, also referred to Abu Mohammed al-Julani in the Syrian capital this Friday. The visit comes as Western governments open channels with al-Sharaa's Ayat Tahrir al-Sham, a group with past links with al-Qaeda that led the rebellion against Mr. Bashar al-Assad, debating whether to remove its terrorist designation. Mr. Barrow landed first in the Syrian capital this Friday morning, having posted on social media platform X that France and Germany stood with the Syrian people in all their diversity, seeking support for a peaceful and demanding transition in service of the Syrians for regional stability. Ahead of the trip, Ms. Baerbock spoke of a new political beginning between the EU and Syria, signaling that she would arrive with an outstretched hand, as well as clear expectations of the new rulers, who she said would be judged by their actions. The United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, has condemned Wednesday's drone attack that killed at least 15 people on the city of New Orleans, United States. Media reports indicated that a U.S. male citizen had intentionally driven a pickup truck into a crowd of people celebrating the New Year in the city's French Quarter shortly after 3 a.m. local time. The 42-year-old suspect was killed in a police shootout that injured two officers, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI). His potential allegiance to ISIL extremists is under investigation after a flag of the terrorist organization and improvised explosives were found in the rented vehicle and in other locations nearby. The U.S. authorities are also investigating possible links between the outrage and a deadly vehicle explosion in Las Vegas on Wednesday morning. And out of sport, Super Eagles defender Bruno Oyemachi has won Bovista Player of the Month award for December. Oyemachi won the highest number of votes to beat other contenders to the individual accolade. The Nigerian defender appreciated his coaches and teammates after winning the award, and he stressed the need for them to remain focused. Up next for Boavista in the Portuguese league is a game against Arouca on Saturday. Meanwhile, Oyemachi is expected to be part of the Super Eagles team when they converge later in the year for the remaining World Cup qualifiers. Good governance is a reflection of good citizenry. Renew your commitment to being a patriotic Nigerian. Media news. Another look at the major items. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, in his New Year message on X, informed that the federal government has rolled out initiatives to enhance and sustain food security. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, at the 2025 Interfaith Thanksgiving service in Ado-Ekiti on Thursday, advised Nigerians against making negative confessions about the country. You also heard that South Korea's police, after a dramatic 6-hour standoff, called off an attempt to arrest suspended President Yoon Suk Yeol. The media news was edited by Chris Ogbu and broadcast from OGBC Belkuta. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, visit our website at www.ogunradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at Ogun Radio Belkuta and on X at OGBC FM. You can also follow OGBC on the Radio Garden.